This morning I wanted to touch a little bit on some things we talked about in the service yesterday. We are going through the book of 1 Thessalonians, and we spent some time going through the different, just chapter 1, some of the different things that are brought up there. And then at the end, it talks about how the Thessalonians, Paul mentions how they turned away from the idols that they were worshiping to the true and living God. And we spent most of the time talking about the idols that we build up in our lives. And I had a couple of props that I brought out, and just to give a kind of a picture of some of the things that we put in our lives that do become idols. And they're not necessarily bad things. They are just things that get in the way of God being in the right position in our lives. So I had a picture of like my family. I said this can become an idol to people. And if you have your priorities incorrect and God is not in the proper place in your life, then you're going to end up with a lot of problems in your life, and especially in your walk with God and in your ministry, doing anything for the kingdom of God. So we talked about entertainment. There's nothing wrong with entertainment. There's nothing wrong with, I just went on vacation on a cruise. It's fun. It's relaxing. Get some R&R and all that stuff. But what can happen is that becomes a. Now I'm a little nasally and congested, so I apologize for that. But people's priorities can become about entertainment. Your priorities can become, for instance, work. And so now you're working really hard. Why? Most people don't work hard just because they like to work a bunch. It's because of something else. Oh, I need to, I got to be able to pay my bills. Well, are your bills so high that you need 2 and 3 jobs and you have no time for things that are more important in life? Maybe you should figure out a way to get those bills manageable. Or are you trying to just keep up with the Joneses? We talked about being materialistic. We're very materialistic and egocentric, focused on ourselves, especially in Western culture. This is just what happens. We have the blessings of God, and those blessings sometimes turn into idols. Talked a little bit about Israel and how that it was usually in times of blessing, not times of tribulation and turmoil. It was usually in times of blessing that the Israelites turned away from God. And we have to be cognizant of these things. We have to be aware of them, and that way we can learn from other people's mistakes and not make those same mistakes ourselves. So what do American idols look like? American idols look like you and me. We put ourselves before God. Now, usually, and I'm doing a few videos here and there on like theism and atheism and different things. Usually, I would say that most people are not just going to be, that's right, I'm all about myself. We're going to put some kind of a filter on it. And what a lot of people do is it's the filter of things like science or work or pleasure, things like that. They're not just going to say, yeah, I worship myself. I mean, very, 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 very few people are that narcissistic. But we do end up putting ourselves before God. And that's what a true idol is. An idol is not necessarily made out of bronze or wood or stone or something you bow down before it. It's putting something before God. It's putting something in the place of God, which should be the highest place in your life. And that really is the simplest definition of, say, idolatry. I think a lot of people, when they read that in the Bible and stuff, think, people bowing down to big statues. No, that does happen, but especially where we are in Western culture, idols don't really look like that. Most people aren't going to do that. They look more like, I put my job before the things of God. I put entertainment before the things of God. And we talked a little bit about how it can be kind of direct or indirect. And I gave the example of We would do Bible study and stuff on Friday nights, and then we would stay up till 1, 2 in the morning and stuff playing video games. Well, if you're up playing video games on a Saturday night, and then you wake up, roll out of bed, you're too tired. Oh man, I'm so tired. I don't feel well. I can't make it to service, or I can't get to where I need to be with the fellowship of the kingdom of God and me pouring out and connecting with people. Why? Well, it's not that you woke up, rolled out of bed, said, I'm feeling great, I want to go play video games. It's you were playing video games the night before, and that impacted your ability to do the will of God the next day. So don't think of it just as well, I work every Sunday, that's why I can't make it, or I work every night, so I can't make it to anything during the evenings. Look at it also as, are you laying things on your shoulders in such a way that you're too tired, you're not feeling well, these types of things, and it keeps you away from other things. And remember, I'm not saying any of this stuff is bad or wrong. I mean, I enjoy a good trip to Disney as much as the next person. Well, mostly for my kids, but I enjoy getting away on a vacation. I enjoy going out and playing some racquetball, or I like paintball, or things like that. But again, if I'm so caught up in that stuff, all my money's going to that, all my time's going to that, and then it's like, well, I'll squeeze God in over here. And we talked a little bit about how our language a lot of times betrays us. When people talk about fitting God in or fitting ministry in, I just can't find time to, get together. I can't find time. Our words betray us. That tells me your priorities God is not the number one priority. Why? The number one priority, you put that first, and then you find time to do the other stuff. And it's the same way also. I heard Dave Ramsey, I'm talking a lot about like your time and energy and stuff, but he put it in the context of giving and money. He said that he looked at somebody's budget and they said, hey, when we get down to the end of the budget, there's no room to give. There's nothing to give to God. There's nothing left over. And he said, well, that's because your budget's upside down. You need to give that first, and then pay the rest of the stuff. So I'm talking about that really in the context of time, and that's true too, but the time and the energy that we put into other things, is it taking away from the things of God? That is an idol. That is what an American Idol looks like. That's what not the good-looking guys and girls that are singing on the American Idol show, although that could be too, but specifically, we tend to put things in front of God many times that are good things, but they are taken in a wrong proportion, or they are put in a wrong priority. And so we've got to recheck our priorities constantly. We need to pray. We need to fast. God, help me. Clean this heart out. Right? My heart's not on that side. It's on this side. Clean this heart out. Clean my mind so that I can see clearly the things that are pulling me away, the things that are in my life that really are becoming idols to me. And we can pull those things out and have clearer vision, have a right priority, and really get down to business in the kingdom of God, because God saved us to go to work. And so I hope this video has helped you guys. You guys have an awesome Monday. We'll pick it back up with some more videos later this week. Be blessed, and we'll see you then.